Perhaps somebody has experienced something like this. I'd love to hear from you if you have. So, when I was a kid, I grew up with guns. We'd go shooting all the time, go shoot cans and things, and then we got into shooting skeets. I used my neighbor's shotgun. Since I was 10, I used it for years, shot it over the years thousands of times. 1,000 anyway. And so one day we were probably in our 20s, early 20s, foolish, probably drinking, and we decided we'll go up to Mountaindale and shoot. And then we decided while we were there, we might as well get an elk. It's not even elk season. And so we get a plan together where we'll cut in, go separate. I go in about maybe 30 yards and I stop, and this cow elk walks right up in front of me, 30 feet away from me. Right in between two trees was a perfect heart shot. I aim the shotgun at it, take a breath, blow out, squeeze off a shot. It goes click. So I know there's a shell in there. Pull back, a shell pops out. It's still standing there. As I engage the next shell, the noise chases it off, runs it off, scares it. So it didn't fire. And after thinking about this, now I went and picked up the shell and I looked at it, and it's got a firing pin mark. I've never had any problems with this shotgun before, and I've shot it for years. We used to go every weekend shooting skeet. So, and then we shot this afterwards, and it had never happened to me or any of them. So I buried it because I'm not going to put that in my pocket, and I think it's a ticking time bomb. So I got rid of it, and I started thinking, I didn't want to kill that animal. I was caught up in the excitement of the moment, but in my heart, there's absolutely no way I wanted to do this. I wasn't wanting to take its life. I've never really killed it. I killed a rabbit once, but I've never really killed anything, and I never wanted to. So nonetheless, that happened. Okay. Now, what I love about what I'm sharing with you is that this isn't somebody told me that this happened to them. This happened to me. Okay? So then go forward about 10 years, I had an opportunity to go to Sundance, Wyoming to go hunting for antelope and deer. I had special tag and all this crap that was given to me by somebody that couldn't go. So I go with my buddy. I just want to go for the party of the whole thing. I go there with him, and we go out for deer, and I'm up on this ridge, about probably 300 yards down to the middle of a meadow down below. On each side, all around, is forest. My friend is off on one side, breaking through the forest, well, walking through the forest, and I'm up on the ridge, and this deer walks out right in the middle of the meadow, completely broadside to me, so the target is big for that size of a target. 300-yard shot, but it's downhill. This is my rifle, 30-06 Winchester featherweight, fantastic rifle. I'm a very good shot. So I aim, I breathe out, I squeeze off a shot, and it goes click. And my first thought was, I know there's a shell in there. This is bolt action. Shell pops out. I put in another one. I look back up, and now it's facing me. So my target went from this to this. And it must have hurt my buddy in the forest because it had turned, straight to me now, and with this looking that way. I squeezed off another shot, or a shot, and it must have shaved its fur because it jumped up, shot off in the opposite direction that my friend was coming. I put in another one, squeezed off another shot. I hit the tree. I saw bark fly off of it just as it went into the woods. So I went back to the bullet and picked it up and looked, and there's a firing pin mark. And then, of course, I recall, and my brain goes to the first time this happened, and what did I feel then? And I'm washed over with this feeling of, I did not want to hurt that animal. And two incidences like this happening to one person, and they were dead. There's no way I would have missed. Absolutely no way. And on that second shot, if it was still broadside to me, that would have been it. But it didn't. And with searching myself, the two common denominators is I had no desire to kill those animals. And this was a long time before I even had an idea of what's really going on, that we're energy and we manifest, and our thoughts are energy, and they cause and effect. That was cause and effect. That's a direct effect of my emotional state of absolutely not wanting to, but it never crossed my mind. It was that I didn't want to in my heart. But again, we can get caught up in the moment, but your true self, your authentic self, will shine through every time. Every time. Be authentic.